Hello everyone. Today I am going to talk on interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences are the important types of sentences according to their function. In this short video, I will talk on what is meant by interrogative sentence and what are the types of interrogative sentences. There are two important types of interrogative sentences. They are WH questions and yes no type questions. I will also talk on question tags. Here I have deliberately chosen the examples from the text because they are important from the examination point of view. I hope you will enjoy this video. Interrogative sentences are used to ask questions, or they are also used to make inquiries, and also they end with a question mark. So it is one of the important criterias for recognizing or for identifying interrogative sentences. They always end with a question mark. There are two types of interrogative sentences, and they are yes no questions and WH questions. Look at the examples below. There are 5 examples. The first is, are you going to Mumbai? Second is, was this your favorite book? Third is, have they given you all the answers? Now, if you see all the 3 examples, you could see one common thing, and that is they all end with a question mark. And also the way that they begin. The first example begins with an auxiliary verb are. Second sentence begins with was. And the third one, it begins with the word have. So here they begin with an auxiliary verb or the helping verb, and they end with a question mark. And if you see the purpose of these sentences, they are asking questions. Are you going to Mumbai? The answer could be either yes or no. The same about the example number 2 and the example number 3. Was this your favorite book? The answer could be either yes or no. Same about the third question. Have they given you all the answers? The answer could be yes or no. So these types of sentences or these sentences are called yes no type questions, or they are yes no type questions. And if you see the example number 4, where did Vijay go? Or how many of you have the notebook? Here also you find it begins with the word where and also the word how. So they are, WH words, and they also end with a question mark. So they are questions and they also require an answer. But here, compared to the earlier 3 questions, here you expect a detailed or a particular specific answers. Where did Vijay go? It could not be either yes or no. Here you are supposed to give a detailed answer. The same about the last question. How many of you have the notebook? Here you are also expecting a long or a detailed answer. And one important thing, that they begin with a WH question. So such kinds of questions are called WH questions. So these are the important types of interrogative sentences. First is yes no questions and the second is WH questions. In yes no questions, the answer is either yes or no. But in WH questions, you are required to give a detailed answer. And all these sentences, they end with a question mark, and therefore they all are interrogative sentences. Question is only either they are yes no questions or WH questions. There are two types of interrogative sentences. They are yes no questions and WH questions. Different sentences can be transformed into interrogative sentences. Suppose if it is declarative sentence and we have to transform it into yes no questions, we should remember that it always begin with an auxiliary verb, and the auxiliary verbs are have, has, may, is, are, was, were, and do is also used. And do is used if the sentence does not contain an auxiliary verb, and it is used according to the tense, and it should match to the subject of the sentence. And if the main verb is one of the forms of the verbs be, that is, are, was, or were, or have, that is have, has, but only when it is used to mean own or possess, then it is moved to the beginning of the sentence. But you should remember that the subject is always in the second position. Suppose if we want to transform declarative sentence into yes no question, it begins with an auxiliary verb, and the subject it always in the second position. Look at the examples below. First example is Rekha has returned from Pune. Now if you see this sentence, it is a statement, and it informs us, or it gives us an information. Therefore it is a declarative sentence. And if we have to transform it into yes no questions, it should begin with an auxiliary verb. And if you see the auxiliary verb in this sentence, it is has, and therefore it begins with the word has. Has is an auxiliary verb, and the sentence begins with an auxiliary verb. And then Rekha is the subject, and here the subject is in the second position. It comes after an auxiliary verb. Therefore, has Rekha returned from Pune? And then the question mark. So Rekha has returned from Pune is a declarative sentence, and it has been transformed into a yes no question. And you know how it is transformed. We have used an auxiliary verb in the beginning, and then the subject in the second position, and it ends with a question mark. So has Rekha returned from Pune? The second example, Jaya speaks Marathi and English. Now it's a different example. Here we do not have an auxiliary verb, and the rule is that if there is no auxiliary verb, we use the verb do, and it should be appropriate, should match to the tense and subject. Now here Jaya speaks Marathi and English. The tense of the sentence is present tense, and Jaya, it's a subject, and it is in the third person singular, and therefore we have to use does. So does Jaya speak Marathi and English? And it ends with a question mark. So this is very important, that if there is an auxiliary verb, you should take it as it is, and if it is not there, you should use the verb do according to its tense, and that should match to the subject of the sentence. So these are the declarative sentences, and we have transformed them into yes no questions. While transforming declarative sentences into yes no questions, here are the two important rules that you should remember. First is, in interrogative sentences, the auxiliary precedes the subject. It means that the auxiliary verb is used in the first position, and then the subject is used. But in declarative sentences, the auxiliary follows the subject. In declarative sentences, the subject is in the first position, and then auxiliary verb is used. The second rule is that if the auxiliary verb is not present, the appropriate form of do, that is do, does, did, is used. And you know that do and does are used in the present tense, and did is used in the past tense. And you should remember that does is used with the third person singular subject, and in other cases you should use the verb do. So these are the important rules that you should remember while transforming declarative sentences into yes no questions. Another type of interrogative sentence is WH questions. Now these WH questions begin with the WH words, and the WH words are who, whom, whose, when, where, why, which, what, and how. And you know that these WH questions, they call for a detailed and specific answers. So it is very easy to identify the WH questions. There are two important rules that you should remember. The first rule is that they begin with the WH words and they end with a question mark. Now look at the examples below. How the declarative sentences are transformed into WH questions. The first example is Rahul is coming to see Vijay today. Now it's a statement and it gives us an information. Therefore, it's a declarative sentence. Now, how this declarative sentence is transformed into a WH questions. Who is coming to see Vijay today? Question mark. Now, only if you see the beginning, you could understand how it begins with the WH words. So, who is used and then it ends with a question mark. Now it is very important that the use of appropriate WH word is very essential. Now the answer could be who is coming to see Vijay today? Rahul is coming to see Vijay today. So here the answer is not only yes or no, but it's a very specific particular answer. The second example is I am waiting for Raju. Now it is transformed into yes no questions. Again it is a statement and a declarative sentence, and how it is transformed. Whom are you waiting for? And the answer is I am waiting for Raju. So it begins with the WH word and it ends with a question mark. The third example is the children are at the home, and it is transformed into a WH question. Where are the children? And the answer is the children are at the home. So using appropriate WH word is very important, and they all must end with a question mark. So all such kinds of questions, they are called WH questions. Here are some important points that you should remember while transforming declarative sentences into WH questions. The first point is WH questions always begin with WH words. So it is very easy to identify the WH words in the beginning of the sentences. And the WH words are who, whom, whose, when, why, which, and how. Another important rule is that WH word is followed by an auxiliary verb. So if you see the structure or the pattern of the sentence, you could find that the WH word is used in the first position, and then in the second position an auxiliary verb is used. But there is an exception to this rule. When there is a WH word whose, then it is followed by noun. So these are the two important rules that you should remember while transforming declarative sentences into WH questions. Besides interrogative sentences that ask questions, we sometimes find short questions, and they are called question tags. They are added on to statements. For example, you are early for work, aren't you? So question tags are usually used in spoken English and informal writing. However, they do not really ask questions, but are used for the purpose of getting the listener's agreement on a statement made by the speaker. So a question tag consists of a verb and a pronoun corresponding to the subject of the statement. It must be noted that the tense of the verb in the question tag is always the same as that of the verb in the preceding statement. And if the finite verb in the statement consists of only a main verb, the auxiliary verb do functions as the verb. Look at the example below. Rahul gave you his book, didn't he? It's a question tag. It ends with a question mark. Now if you see, the verb do is used, but if you see the tense of the sentence, it is in the past tense, and therefore did is used, and it is converted into a negative by adding the word not. So didn't, and the subject is Rahul, so it is third person singular subject, and therefore the pronoun he is used. So Rahul gave you his book, didn't he? It's a question tag. I hope you would have enjoyed watching this video. So thank you very much for watching it. Have a great time. Thank you.